30,000 feet up in the air, and bitch, I'm high as heaven. Shooters knock you off, or I'm in Italy with that Mac.
Hey. What? San Jose? Oh, San Jose is going up right now, bro.
Real?
San Jose going up. Protest.
Let's get it. On, everybody? Welcome to 30,000 Feet, the podcast. I am joined by my real, I'm going to consider him family because, you feel me, he been there when I was going through my hardest times. So let me welcome Rymeezee to the podcast.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Lesso Productions podcast, man. It's your boy Rymeezee, man. Your baby daddy and your husband and your uncle, you know what I'm saying?
All that.
Out here.
Facts. Right, you know, I found out, that being said, I want to talk about this, just especially because it's a relevant topic too right now. I saw earlier today that the riots that were incited in Minneapolis, where it all really started,
By a cop.
Yeah, it was a cop. It was an undercover cop who started smashing the windows and started the whole thing.
Started the fire.
It's so disgusting.
Right.
I can't even put any other words to it. Like, there's a hatred for police already, and it was at a high point. And with all the stuff that's happening now, that like just video after video and event after event and just like stupid little small stuff like inciting a riot like that and breaking the windows to a community business when you're a police officer and you're supposed to be serving and protecting that business in the first place. It's just like so backwards and disgusting. Like, I don't know. I hope it doesn't get much worse than it does now from a violence standpoint, because I don't think
so. I hope it doesn't either. You know, the hard part about it is that people are complaining about the looting, but the looting is not as important as the lives lost.
It's not. It's like, dude, we're talking about like broken windows and stuff. Like, if they're stealing stuff, like their corner stores, it's bags of chips and sodas. Like, we're talking about lives compared to snacks. Like, there's no.
Yeah, and it's fucked up, and it's messed up for the people who got their businesses that put their life savings into there, and that's fucked up. I would be mad too.
Hell
if it
yeah.
was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger picture is that, trip off this. We living on stolen land.
Yep.
We working, and who owns the buildings that they rent out, and you know what I mean, and all of that, and
Yep.
who works in those stores and who's underpaid.
Yep.
So that's the tricky part, man. Like, people don't seem to understand. Like, oh, that's wrong. But think about this, man. Look at the Boston Tea Party, bro. They glorify that shit in history class.
Facts. And that shit.
You know, it's the same idea, bro. Like, fuck the shit up.
They fuck up the way that they teach you half these events in school too, because they just tell you the version that the government has ended up deciding they want to put in the history books. Because at the end of the day, there's still an author to those books, and that author is still being told by certain people what can and can't be put in those books. Because there's a lot of misinformation in a lot of textbooks from my high school days that I remember reading stuff, learning things for only 2 years later to go by and find out that that's not at all exactly what happened.
You know what's cool about the Boston Tea Party? They dressed up as Indians and did it too.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, you know, what's the difference? What's the difference in that? You know what I mean? Like, so these are all like stories of the same way that white America per se, you know, reigned victorious on these lands. It's the same way these people are just voicing their, like, man, we want our shit back. What they want right now is just their freedom and respect. And Black Lives Matter, and nothing matters until they matter. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
You know, like, we all grew up with all of our homies that we relate with. You know what I mean? And especially like hip hop artists of all nationalities, including myself and you. You know what I mean? I'm Filipino Hawaiian mix. You know what I'm saying? And
yep.
And this hip hop is a African American, you know, Afro-Caribbean cultural art form that we get to partake in. You feel me? So if this is something that we love to do, we gotta give it up to them. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, man, I stand in solidarity with y'all.
Yeah, it's something that is definitely capable. The community is easily capable of doing it, especially because we have a voice through our music. Like, if we can talk about and address these issues through our music, and I'm sure, and obviously there have been those artists who have been doing that and have been
right.
type of shit. And there are ones even on the mainstream level who are doing it, like Kendrick and, you feel me, Cole. But there needs to be a mass kind of grouping in the hip hop community, I feel like, to really send that message as a whole.
Well, I really do believe that, like, our Caucasian allies are on line with us. There's a lot of like white folks that are with this movement right now that I want to give my props to.
That's what's mad important. I posted that on my story. I forget if it was this morning or yesterday morning, but it was just that I basically said, look, white people, we're the problem. Straight up, we're the problem. We're not checking the other white people who are doing this white racism shit, all this white supremacy shit, all this extra not needed, should have been left that behind shit. And all that stuff, we're just looking at it, we're seeing it, and then it's y'all who are ending up coming forward and saying, hey, we don't want y'all to keep doing this to us. But as us standing on the side, not saying nothing, that just means we're letting it slide to the next man. And we can't be doing that no more. As white people, we got to be able to step up and be like, yo, and check the next man. Regardless of what it comes to, that person might feel like, yo, you shouldn't be checking me, you're white, whatever. That shouldn't be a question no more. Like, we should all focus on helping the issue at hand, which is stopping the racism. That's what and we got to step up and stop it. Because if we don't address it, then there's just going to be it's just going to be static, and we're just going to be stuck in a loop. And
yeah, and I feel like it's a lot of new conscious people, and seeing those images from Minnesota, as heartbreaking as it was to see like everything go up in flames. Yeah, there was so much white people out there.
That was symbolic, though. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say I'm mad at them for burning the police station down. That those officers, it was their police station. You feel me? It was mad to that, to burn down that specific police station. And I feel like if anything deserved to be looted or rioted instead of stores, it was that one police station of all things. And they told the police station, they got all the officers out before they were going to riot. They said, look, we're coming. We're going to do this. Get everybody out because we're coming. So, you feel me? It was wrong, but I understand it.
But of us that got caught in a crime like that, we would have went down and charged instantly the next day. Arraignment done, and if no jury was available, they were gonna just go ahead and do it.
Especially now,
been hung already.
You know they're pushing court dates back and everything.
So I don't wish death on anybody, but I feel like I've been saying this all day. Like, the victims shouldn't be the ones to voice what's wrong.
Yep.
The victims shouldn't be responsible for changing the system. Like, a rape victim shouldn't be the voice of why I was raped and hear me out. People should have been seeing that, like, that person was violated, traumatized, and the actual system itself. Thanks, Pop. Thank you. The system needs to change, and the system that was put in by elite white folks. You know what I mean? So people at the top with influence and power are the ones that can change this. And I do believe there's people at the top inside that can make a change, man, create ripples. And that's the problem, bro. Like, they tried to give them the knee. That shit didn't work.
Yep.
Motherfuckers tried to peacefully protest and boycott and do all of this. That don't work. So what's gonna work? Now they got everybody's attention.
Like, what else can we do to get the message through? And at that point, it's from an integrity standpoint of the people who are causing the issue at hand, which means they have to not realize what they're doing, because there's no way we can just make them, with a snap of our fingers, be like, you're not racist anymore. But we have to stand up to them in solidarity with y'all, because if we don't, then they're not going to get the message, I don't think. It has to come from us, or else they're not going to understand it.
Yeah, and I feel like, now is the wrong time for people to be like, all lives matter, or we matter too. I'm like, yeah, we do. But at this moment in time, bro, our African-American brothers and sisters are the ones that's being targeted and in the light with this right now.
What's the dude from Star Wars, John Boyega? He made the tweet. He said, I'm sick of the white racism towards black people. And somebody commented underneath and was like, well, what about the racism towards all the other races? And he was like, no disrespect, but right now, that's not what I'm talking about. Like right now, the issue at hand is the white racism towards black people. And I got it. I completely agree with this point. He was like, it's not to be disrespectful towards. There is racism towards every other group of color that is in this world. But right now, he was making the point that, you feel me, like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm addressing this. And it's an issue that a lot of people, I feel like, if everybody comes together, we'll be able to make that point a lot stronger.
Yeah, I think, the point's being made. As we speak right now, San Jose, they are fucking San Jose up right now.
Yep.
That's crazy. All around. Fresno,
It's going to happen here. There's a protest on the 4th in the Mission. And I've seen the you feel me, like the back streets talking about, you feel me, what could happen. So,
this is my thing with the protest. Unless you know who's directly organizing the event, don't go. It's a lot of like undercovers and authorities out there that's gonna just wrap people up. And then if you're undocumented or if you have prior histories, prior cases or open cases can be used against you. You could just disappear into the system too. So for the safety, if you know who's throwing the event, everyone that's gonna be watching this later, partaking in these events, make sure you know who's organizing the event. Have a plan. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking playbook for this shit. How to protest properly. There's no playbook for frustration.
Yep.
When you're angry, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, look at those people that rushed in Michigan and shit. All those NRA, National Rifle Association people rushed into city halls with rifles and stuff, and no one stopped their asses.
Nobody stopped them.
No one got shot. No one got tear gassed. They were up in the cops' faces. They didn't do shit to them.
Nothing.
That's racist. Hello.
Man. And it just boils down to that at the end of the day.
Right.
It's an issue, and it's a clear issue. There's no denying it. And at this point, it's just a matter of they're at the last straw, and they're not taking any more chances. They don't want to deal with it. And I wouldn't want to deal with that shit either.
I just feel like everybody should, whatever nationality you are, take necessary precautions. I would treat this quarantine like it's still happening. I would treat shelter in place like it's still the same.
Like,
take your ass home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go home to your family. Go home wherever you go. Take care of yourself. Be creative. And work. I needed to work on this. Like, I gained a lot of weight during this shelter in place. Work on your head. Work on your health. You can see it on my cheeks and shit.
You me eat right, all that. Stop buying toilet paper because you don't fucking need it.
Yeah, wash ass, take a shower regularly. That would help.
All that.
But yeah, man.
Straight up. What you been up to, bro? How the quarantine been affecting you mostly? What's the biggest thing? What's the worst part of it to you?
The worst part of quarantine is really not being able to be out freely and go places like that I like to frequent without it being an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an outdoors kind of guy, so I like to be able to walk the hills and be at the beach and just zone out and, be at places where you can just park and not worry about nothing. And the mask, bro, I can never get used to the mask.
Me either. The mask all day long has been making me mad congested in my face, and my ears feel clogged up because the hot air and everything is just making everything just not cool.
I don't care how fresh you can make it. You give me a Gucci one, it still don't feel good. I don't like the feeling.
Not only that, but my beard too be making it mad itchy and annoying. I'm cool.
Right.
Yep.
All that, man.
Have you been able to work on any music during the quarantine, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, we wrapped up my son's EP. He dropped the EP called Mischiefs. Mm-hmm. I dropped a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I dropped a mixtape called The No Nobody. You know what I mean? Industry Reject Volume 2 on there.
Facts.
We shot 2 videos, dropped 2 videos. The work don't stop, bro. I'm working for other people.
Hell yeah.
Trying to help other folks with their projects as I can. things like that, man. You know what I mean?
Straight up, the work don't stop. That's for sure. That's a good segue, though. I do want to get into that because you and your son have kind of been like the father-son kind of power group right here going on. Y'all been working. Y'all got like a project or like a EP or something coming?
Nothing like collectively, but as a fam, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna let him do him. I feel like I don't want to be like you never want your parent hovering over you and telling you what the hell to do, or to shape all of your views all the time. You know, I kind of want him to grow as an artist, MC, songwriter, all of that. So, if he wants me to be on something, I'll do it.
Yep.
If he needs assistance, I'm gonna be there like a dad should do. You feel me?
Yep.
Like if he got questions, like the same answers I have for y'all. Like, oh, how do you get this on Spotify, or how do I get this on this, or how do I get my numbers up? Like, I'll be more than glad to ask. I'll be more than glad to answer. You feel me?
Yep.
Yep.
Now, does he takes it pretty fucking seriously though?
Oh yeah, he takes his craft seriously. I've
heard a couple songs and he's spitting for sure.
He's really spitting, bro. I feel like he's like he competes with me on the song, so we go bar for bar.
That's what my next question was gonna be. Like, how long you think it's gonna be until he catches up to your skill level or even surpasses?
Honestly, I feel like he's already edging me now. I want to say humbly that my son is better than me.
That's dope.
He's the better me.
Hell yeah. I mean, isn't that what the whole point of having a kid's supposed to be to be able to teach them what you've gone through and let them build on top of that so that they can be the even better person? Right.
Absolutely, bro. I feel like all dads need to position their kids, their daughter or son, to be better than you. You know, he's far more educated than I am right now. I hope he finishes college first. So that's my main thing. I hope that he pursues school first and gets, has a way of making money, not relying on hip hop first, but keep the shit going,
Yeah, man. You really can't just rely on it, especially not as an upcoming artist. You gotta build that foundation first before you can decide you want to step back and really rely on music.
Right. Absolutely, man. That's this game right there.
That's important for sure. Mostly, I feel like I can see your son not only being like a mirror of you, but also like I appreciate the fact that he's actually like speaking on stuff rather than, you feel me? A lot of people today just make the song to make the song and they prefer the acoustic, you feel me, idea of it, where as long as it sounds good, then it's good. But your son is actually, he has something to say, which is important, which is dope. So I feel like he's somebody I'm looking out for sure in the coming years.
Yeah, thank you, man.
When you got somebody that age who can put together those kind of bars and really give meaning to a song like that, like it's true potential for sure.
Absolutely, man. I mean, just like all of y'all that I think I met you when you were like as you were exiting high school. Am I correct? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's I think at that age, and you had that fire and spirit, and a lot of y'all young people coming through that I get to work with have that. So it's just so cool to see the growth, man, and everyone's growth.
Facts.
I try to tell them, like, collaboration is better than competition.
Yep.
How do people win wars? They combine armies and go dump on the smaller army.
The only person you really should be competing with is yourself. That's one of the main lessons you got to keep within your music. Because if you're putting out music that you don't even like yourself, like what are you doing for yourself as an artist? Like, you got to be able to appreciate your music before you put it out and let any fans appreciate it.
Yep. Self-love is the best love, man.
That's a fact.
Attention is the worst drug. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Straight up, boys. Now, I want to get an update on the center.
So the thing with the center is this. Absolutely, man. So the center is like this. We can't tell people that we're opening right now. We don't have a real date at the moment. Mm-hmm. We are waiting on, of course, the governor and the mayor's ordinance and direction upon when things can open up. I think we're like in phase 2B right now with the whole quarantine and lockdown shit. Yeah. And once we do open, it's gonna look really different in terms of how many people can be inside, in terms about what needs to happen, in terms about like wearing masks. I think the mask thing is gonna be on for the next year, bro. That's not gonna go away.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely something that's mad important because a lot of people are saying like, oh, but the mask doesn't protect you, but it's like it's not for protecting you, it's to protect others.
That's
So,
correct.
exactly. So yeah, definitely the masks for sure. I would say that's a good call. Now, are you gonna keep like events going as well, or and by events I mean like y'all used to do the little concerts or like community events? Those types of things are probably out of the question for a while, I'm assuming.
I'm sure we will. We just got to figure out what the right way to do it without being like, cited or like, it's neighborhood watch, and I'm knowing like people can't wait to tell on people at the center and can't
Bro, you
wait
got
to
no
like,
clue. It's people at my job today who is arguing about why you don't got a mask on, why you not 7 feet, 6 feet away from me, why you step back, this, that. And it's just like the world's going to paranoia over this. And
right.
I feel like everybody's just looking for the opportunity to be able to call somebody else out now. Just to be able to be like, yo, what's going on? Why you not doing this and doing that? And it's good that people are calling each other out, but I feel like it's the manner that a lot of people are doing it in. It's kind of rude.
Yeah, I think, this protocol, I think people should be like, pull someone to the side, like, hey, bro, like, I think it's what it is. It's about the delivery and the message, right?
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's the way you say things, you know what I mean?
Yep.
The message is always good, everybody. Everyone's intentions are pure. It's the way you deliver the message.
Facts.
It's like rap, bro. Like, it's like there's some rappers and artists and singers that deliver it better, but they saying the same shit, which is whatever the message is. So people need to watch how they put it out there, how you put your energy out, man. Check that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
First,
Facts.
this was a great conversation, man. I appreciate you, Les. Right on.
Yeah, facts. All right. Most definitely. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to make sure I put both our Instagram handles here at the bottom so everybody can go follow and all that. And link to your music in the bio, in the description below. And that's it. Most definitely. Stay safe and wash your hands and stay quarantined. Don't go out if you don't need to. And thanks.
One love, Les. Appreciate it, man.
Most definitely. Good luck.